Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now, this is massive. Everything, well, mostly everything is down at the moment for anybody that is running currently, as I know, the iOS based operating system. This is huge. And obviously in this video, we're going to go over a few things that are going on, updates and like where the problems are, and as well, what's being sorted out with this. Because this isn't theoretically Kabam's problem or Marvel Contest Champions problem, because everybody and everywhere is being affected by this. This is crazy. So as you see here on the Verge, obviously links to all this stuff is in the description down below. So like TikTok, Spotify, Tinder, and many other iOS apps. Obviously Tinder. Oh yeah, people are already kind of, oh damn, Tinder's down. Oh well, boo-hoo. You can't go and find a little bit of loving on a Friday. In any case, right, yeah. So the Verge report, all these things are crashing. This is mainly, I think, to the iOS 14 beta that went out. So the next operating system upgrade is just affecting this massively to a point where this is huge. It is huge because the point that you're clicking on stuff, even like people are clicking on like Marvel Contest Champions stuff, as you see that someone's clicking on Waze. But obviously the same thing is for MCOC as well. So you can see here like people are clicking MCOC and it's going down. It's going down when you're clicking on it, which obviously you just can't play the game. It's just not playable. So far, I think it's kind of bad from Apple's perspective and the App Store that they're not even bothering to like really not go out there to acknowledge it and as well like answer feedback. And the level of response to them is just so like piss poor. It's like even like going on the App Store here. So this is the App Store thing, like tweets and replies. And I appreciate that you can't have somebody monitoring this all the time, but you should be at least having somebody there if you're putting something together. And like Kabam are pretty good at actually responding to stuff. When stuff goes down like this, obviously they take to things like forums and Twitter and stuff like that to say like, you know, oh, the game's down. And as they respond to it, I know we kind of like, you know, rip on Kabam for not being like that good. And, you know, they're not perfect. They're not brilliant by any kind of stretch of the imagination. But at least they're not at the level of going like, there's 4.5 million followers of the App Store. And like Apple can't get off their back of being a very, very wealthy company just to answer people to say, look, we've got a problem here. We're going to try and rectify it and sort it out. And like whilst recording this, I'm going to try and get this video out as quickly as possible. Let's just see, have they even kind of done anything? No, same problem. I click on the Marvel Contest of Champions app and it's not there. And obviously that's the problem. If Apple aren't communicating with Kabam to say them as a game provider to that store, as well everybody's in the same boat, then getting a build ready to then go, right, let's put this on the App Store, and like Apple are like, look, everything's just like it's kind of like not synchronized from their standards. It's unacceptable. So like I sympathize for you guys playing the game, Kabam for obviously making the game in this circumstance, and like even Apple's support are like dead when it comes to like responding back. I just don't get it. I don't get why they're not kind of like quick on this stuff. And as I said, you know, Kabam have like quickly answered compared with this. And obviously that's the thing. iOS 14, the beta went out, and whether or not, and I'm rocking 13.5.1, I want to say. And that's obviously the downgraded build, but people have got the beta. I think this is then like completely just kind of like changed it up to a point where whatever's done before has kind of been ruined. And obviously it's just, if we're going to go like, oh yeah, well, you know, Kabam, who are kind of a company at their size, and look at like Apple, who are like one of the biggest companies in the world, you know, haven't even considered stuff or kind of something's been pushed out. And it's just like, yeah, it's just made things just so scuffy and so disappointing to know that this just goes wrong. But yeah, if you want to check out some of the things like the Verge article about this, because it's been quickly written, obviously, to kind of like take this into stuff. They even talked about a similar problem involving the Facebook that occurred in May and affected dozens of apps. The problem were mostly fixed the same day. But obviously, this is very fresh. So I don't know if Apple are in the position to really get it sorted, because I would go like Kabam would have to like do an emergency build like right there and then. So it's like, is that going to be possible to do in a very short space of time? But you know, Kabam have answered. They said here, thank you for reaching out. Our team is aware of the issue and we are looking into it. We're sorry for the frustration this has caused and appreciate your patience. Obviously, yeah. But that's the thing. It's like it's not Kabam's fault. because it's like it's all apps. Like I thought to myself, right, well, I'll have a quick game of PUBG Mobile, and where is it? PUBG Mobile. So you know, clicking on PUBG Mobile there, same problem. Just doesn't, all apps affected by this, except for, not all of them. There are some that are still working. So I don't know if it's because they were on the older build, and that's why. Like Raid works, Raid Shadow Legends, and also, well, not that one. There's a game I promoted, an indie game called Bomber Grounds. Bomber Grounds works, so that's like there. So there are some games that work and some that don't. Marvel Contest of Champions must be in an older build, and I guess that's the thing, isn't it? If they're bringing those, like what was built from the older stuff, to say like, you know, as soon as they were to put a new update or how they build it, I don't know, that, you know, the likes of Variant 5 are on there, other types of things that they kind of take off the server to then bring on with a new update. I think it's just like, it must have hit developers for 6 if they're rocking older builds of the older iOS system. In any case, I don't know really what's going to happen. It may be a case that, you know, Kabam have to rush to kind of like build something that kind of is compatible with some of the changes that have been made. But either way, you know, I'll keep you guys informed of what's going on. I believe that's the case, that Kabam are working on something now to build something, and I'm obviously rushing to do that, which could be a case it would be later on today, maybe. I don't 100% know what's going on there, but that is logically what they'd have to do is build something and then put it on to be live as soon as possible. So yeah, I like I said, nothing really to update now except for like Kabam were on it. I don't know when. They'll probably have to sort out some sort of compensation as a result, because this completely screws up a lot of stuff. If you're working on Android, you are working, and that's cool. You got on. I might even kind of spark up an old Android device and see if I can get on to maybe play, but it's an older device, so it may not run the game. That's the only thing I would recommend. And like, if the case that Android people are working at the moment with this, and it's absolutely fine, then it's this funny, innit? Because like people go, oh, iOS people get like treated like better. They get this, they get that, they get the update sooner. But this time, haha, it's like there's no jokes on you. You can get it and the others can't. So yeah, a bit annoying, but I'll keep you updated as I know anything. Probably on Twitter, and if not, pinned comment. But at the moment, there's nothing. This also, you know, just seeing from people is that this does change and sort of ruin the Guardian grind. So obviously, if those want to grind out that, they're going to have to re-roll the arena. Depending on what implications they will have to do, they will have to re-roll the Guardian arena, just so it like. Yeah, that sucks for people. That really does. That may even change things for later on. A lot of the plans that I had, I was going to do an incursion stream. If I can't get onto the app, I probably will try and like do a different game. I'll cover that instead. I know myself and Dan were meant to be doing a Mr. Sinister incursion stream, but if we can't do it because of, you know, this, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a device in time to make this work. So yeah, it's annoying. It is annoying, like many people like saying as well, like items for Alliance War seasons that was just started. Man, I hope that this gets sorted out, and maybe we get a grace day. But that's another issue. You know, that's the other thing. The last time we had something severe like this, you know, Alliance Wars, even though this is kind of the prelim to the season, will this affect it to a point where we'll have to stop the Alliance War season as it stands? I know this is very much a case like, this is very instant, this is knee-jerk reaction, but that's the thing. Will they have to stop Alliance War season, or if not, have to go like, do you know what? We'll have to cancel it, which wouldn't be a bad thing overall, especially with a lot of people talking about the way that the matchmaking has been, and a lot of kind of response to that. So this is mega. It is mega at the moment to this. But yeah, like I will update you guys as much as possible, and I've got lots of content coming out today, by the way. So check that out, and I'll see you all very soon with hopefully a better update than what we've got at the moment. I will do a final check just before I sign off for this video to check to see if it's back on. No, still nothing. We have to wait. We'll have to wait for a rush build of something from Kabam and addressing the situation, because this isn't good. This isn't good for a Friday as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye for now.